Goodbye high creatinine. 3 common fruits seniors must have and 6 you should never touch. It's a confusing world when it comes to health, isn't it? One day a food is praised, the next it's condemned. Yet through all that noise, you make the effort. You choose a banana for its potassium. You switch to fruit juice instead of soda. Each choice is another brick you carefully place, laid with the conviction that you're building a fortress of health for the years to come. But what if some of the very bricks you've been using were Trojan horses? What if the foods you trust to be your protectors are, in fact, quietly opening the gates to kidney damage from within? It's a chilling realization, and it forces you to ask, which part of your own fortress is built on faulty ground? Seniors managing kidney health are not alone in that feeling. This uncertainty is precisely why we're here. So today, we're not just giving you a list. We are drawing a clear line in the sand. On one side, we will identify 6 imposter fruits, seemingly healthy choices that can be problematic for those dealing with high creatinine levels. These fruits are dangerously high in potassium or oxalates, compounds that become increasingly difficult for your compromised kidneys to process safely. On the other, we will arm you with 3 true guardian fruits, specifically chosen for people managing high creatinine. Fruits that can genuinely support your kidney function without overwhelming your system. Before we reveal that line, let us know in the comments. Which fruit do you currently trust the most for your health? Let's drop a comment below. Your insights help build a community where we all learn from each other's experiences. And stay until the end, because the #1 guardian we'll reveal isn't just the most powerful, it's the one that can empower your body to actively begin the healing process. Just so you know, everything in this video is grounded in peer-reviewed research, completely free from marketing bias or miracle cure claims. We've sifted through the science so you can make smart, informed decisions about your health. 6 fruits that can worsen high creatinine. 6. Dragon fruit. We begin our countdown with what seems to be the perfect modern health fruit, the exotic dragon fruit. It's praised for being low in potassium, making it feel like a free pass in a restrictive diet. But hidden behind its vibrant skin lies a costly trade-off that can actually contribute to rising creatinine levels, a compound called oxalate. Imagine it as a microscopic dust. When you consume too much, this dust enters the delicate plumbing of your kidneys. There, it meets calcium and crystallizes into millions of tiny razor-sharp needles. These needles don't just create sludge, they can scrape and tear at the fragile kidney tissues, triggering an inflammatory alarm. And the amount is staggering. According to USDA nutritional data and published research, a single 100-gram serving, or just a few spoonfuls, can carry over 97 milligrams of oxalate. For perspective, a therapeutic low oxalate diet sets the daily limit at 50 milligrams. You consume double that limit in a single, seemingly innocent snack. And this is what makes dragon fruit tricky to evaluate for seniors managing creatinine levels. While its low potassium content seems promising, it's easy to overlook the oxalate concern. This highlights an important principle for kidney-friendly eating. When evaluating any food, it's worth checking both potassium and oxalate levels. Many people focus mainly on potassium, but oxalates can be equally important for some individuals. 5. Soursop. The next item on our list isn't just a fruit. For many seniors, it's a symbol of hope in the world of natural health. Soursop. It's sought after not for its taste, but for its rumored healing properties, particularly its whispered anti-cancer promise. But in the desperate search for a natural cure, is it possible to overlook a hidden cost? That hidden cost comes in 2 forms. The first is an immediate, overwhelming burden of potassium. A single cup of soursop pulp can flood your system with 626 milligrams of potassium. For seniors with compromised kidney function and elevated creatinine, this can create a dangerous situation called hyperkalemia, When potassium levels in the blood become too high. High blood potassium levels directly affect your heart's electrical system, potentially causing irregular heartbeats, chest pain, or in severe cases, cardiac arrest. For context, people with kidney concerns are typically advised to limit potassium to 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams per day total, with individual foods ideally staying under 200 milligrams per serving. At 626 milligrams, just 1 cup of soursop represents nearly 1/3 of an entire day's safe potassium allowance, making it a significant risk factor that requires careful consideration. The second cost is where the tragic irony lies. The fruit contains a unique compound, annonacin. This toxin operates at the cellular level, targeting the tiny power plants inside your cells, the mitochondria, and shutting down their energy supply. And that very mechanism, the ability to starve cells of energy, is the source of its anti-cancer hope. But this mechanism lacks precision and can affect healthy cells too. Some medical studies suggest long-term soursop consumption may be linked to neurological issues, a condition similar to Parkinson's disease. Simply put, the toxin can actively trigger the degeneration of our most precious nerve cells, though more research is needed to fully understand this connection. This presents us with a difficult balance. While soursop contains beneficial nutrients and shows promise in some areas of research, the combination of very high potassium content and potential neurological concerns makes it a fruit that requires extreme caution for anyone with kidney issues. For those working to maintain stable creatinine, the risks may outweigh the potential benefits. And hey, if this feels helpful so far, let us know you're out there by tapping that like button. It tells us to keep making content just like this. 4. Nectarine. Picture this. You're in the grocery store, faced with 2 fruits that look like identical twins, the peach and the nectarine. They are actually different varieties of the same fruit species. They share the same summery sweetness, the same juicy texture. But this is a classic case of deceptive appearances. Because while they share the same DNA, one of these twins carries a significantly higher potassium risk than the other. Simply put, peaches and nectarines are different varieties of the same fruit, and nectarines naturally contain higher levels of potassium. The difference might seem small, but for kidney health, those extra milligrams matter. A medium nectarine contains about 285 milligrams of potassium compared to a peach's 190 milligrams, pushing it over our 200 milligram safety threshold for those with elevated creatinine. So, if you have kidney concern and need to watch your potassium intake, choose peaches over nectarines. They taste nearly identical but contain 100 milligrams less potassium per fruit. So how do you tell these identical twins apart? The clue isn't in their color or size. It's in the feel. Simply run your thumb over the skin. If it's fuzzy, you're holding a peach. The kidney-safer choice for your summer fruit salad. Limit to half a fruit per serving. If it's perfectly smooth, it's the nectarine. Put it back. That 1-second touch test is the key to solving this supermarket puzzle. 3. Papaya. Next, we turn to what feels like one of the safest allies in our kitchen. The humble papaya. We trust it for its digestive enzymes, a soothing balm for our system. But what happens when that trust is placed in the wrong version of this ally? What if a simple act of preservation transforms this trusted friend into a hidden traitor? The betrayal happens through a simple, powerful process: concentration by dehydration. Imagine a sponge lightly soaked in potassium and sugar. Now, squeeze every drop of water out. The sponge itself shrinks, but the entire load of potassium and sugar remains, now dangerously concentrated. That is the very act of treachery that drying inflicts upon a papaya. And here is the evidence of that betrayal. Even in its fresh, friendly form, half a papaya already pushes the safety limits with a high 390 milligrams of potassium. But the traitorous dried version? Just 100 grams can contain up to 960 milligrams. It is no longer a soothing balm. It is a concentrated potassium weapon that can stress kidneys and elevate creatinine. This makes checking the ingredients on trail mixes and snack bars non-negotiable. For digestive benefits, try fresh ginger or fennel tea instead. Always check ingredient lists on granola bars and tropical fruit mixes. If you choose fresh papaya, limit portions to 1/4 cup. A portion of under 1/2 cup can still be enjoyed occasionally by those with mild kidney concerns. 2. Mango. Next on our list is perhaps the most tempting fruit of all, the nutrient-dense mango. Celebrated as the king of fruits, its sweet tropical flavor feels like a pure, healthy indulgence. But as with all things that seem too good to be true, we may ask, what's the catch? What are the hidden terms and conditions of this sweet deal? And here are the terms, written in fine print. The gift is tempting. Studies show mango can genuinely help improve insulin sensitivity and support healthy blood sugar levels, a real benefit for metabolic health. But the price for that gift is steep when you're managing creatinine. To claim it, your body must accept a massive payment of potassium. For healthy kidneys, that payment can be processed. For those with high creatinine, it can lead to immediate bankruptcy. And just how steep is that price? The numbers on the contract are clear. A single medium mango delivers a payment of over 323 milligrams of potassium. That one transaction single-handedly overwhelms your strict 200 milligram daily budget. It's not a negotiation. It's a crippling deal designed to push your system into the red. And this is the ultimate trap of the king of fruits. Its undeniable benefits mask a fundamentally unfair deal. Therefore, for your long-term health, the business decision is simple. This is a deal to decline. When it comes to a kidney-friendly diet for creatinine control, the contract with the mango should be canceled. Still, for seniors with healthy kidneys, mango's metabolic benefits can still be valuable when eaten in moderation. 1. Jackfruit. We have arrived at our number one culprit, and ironically, it's not an old-fashioned candy or a processed snack. It's the modern darling of the plant-based world, jackfruit. Hailed as the perfect healthy substitute for pulled pork, it has become a symbol of conscious eating. But for someone with high creatinine, it can be a deceptive threat. What makes jackfruit so uniquely dangerous? It combines two threats we've seen individually into one potent package: a dangerously high potassium load combined with a significant payload of kidney stone-forming oxalates. It is a two-front assault on kidney function. The USDA Food Data Central confirms jackfruit packs a potassium load of 739 milligrams per cup, more than 3 times your 200 milligram safety limit when managing high creatinine levels. But that's not the complete picture. Jackfruit also contains very high oxalates at 39 milligrams per 100 grams. For reduced kidney function, processing both elevated potassium and additional oxalates simultaneously can strain your system's filtering capacity. Leave this imposter off your plate if you have kidney concerns. For pulled meat texture in vegan dishes, use shredded king oyster mushrooms or young green banana instead. These give similar satisfying chewiness without the dangerous potassium oxalate combo. Season with BBQ sauce and liquid smoke for that same savory satisfaction in your plant-based meals. Curious about the science behind it all? We've linked the studies that support everything we've shared. You'll find them down in the description box. It's easy to feel lost in the shadows after a list like that. When foods you thought were safe are suddenly revealed as threats, it can feel like the path to health is shrouded in darkness. But our entire mission here is to turn on the lights, to cut through that darkness with the clear light of science. Because the wonderful truth is this: for every hidden threat, there is a true and tested hero waiting to be seen. So let's step into the light together. And let's meet those heroes now. 3 fruits that can help lower creatinine. 3. Pears. Let's begin our hero countdown with a familiar, comforting face. The humble pear. Its low potassium content rightfully earns it a safe spot on our list. But that's just the surface story. The true superpower of this fruit doesn't just come from what it lacks, but from a protective mechanism that works directly through your heart. How does it do this? It deploys a two-part protective team. First, pear is high in dietary fiber, containing 6 grams per serving with 29% soluble fiber. Its special soluble fibers act like a cleanup crew in your bloodstream, helping to remove excess bad cholesterol. Second, its powerful antioxidants act like a fire department, calming the chronic inflammation that damages blood vessels. And that's critical, because your kidneys are essentially massive bundles of tiny blood vessels. A cleaner, calmer cardiovascular system means more nourishing blood flow to the delicate filters inside your kidneys, helping them thrive. And this heart protective power isn't just a hopeful idea. It's backed by science. In a rigorous clinical trial, adults with metabolic syndrome were asked to eat 2 fresh pears every day. After 12 weeks, researchers saw a significant drop in their pulse pressure, a key indicator of stress on the heart and a powerful predictor of long-term kidney health. The pear's hidden strength was brought to light. So how can you bring this hero into your kitchen? Here's a simple secret from the growers themselves. Check the neck. A pear ripens from the inside out, so the body will still feel firm. Gently press your thumb right near the stem. If it gives just a little, that fruit is perfectly ripe and ready to protect. Store unripe pears at room temperature, then refrigerate once ripe to extend freshness. Eat them with skin on for maximum fiber benefits, but wash thoroughly. 1 medium pear daily provides heart-healthy benefits without potassium worry. 2. Mandarin. Our next hero is a familiar lunchbox staple that seniors often overlook: the humble mandarin. We love it for its bright sweetness. But what if that everyday snack was acting as a master regulator, managing rogue minerals before they can build up and cause damage? Its secret is a natural compound called citrate. Think of citrate as a vigilant bodyguard inside your kidneys. Its mission is to find stray calcium ions and neutralize them, binding to them before they can partner up with another troublemaker: oxalate. This action is crucial for seniors because that unwanted partnership is exactly what forms sharp, painful kidney stones that can worsen creatinine levels. But is there enough of this bodyguard in a humble mandarin to matter? The science gives a resounding yes. Biochemical analysis confirms that citrus fruits are nature's most potent and readily absorbed source of citrate, essentially acting as a natural prescription to keep your internal mineral balance in check. This makes the mandarin an invaluable tool for your health. But every smart operator knows their tool's limitations. While low, mandarins do contain oxalates and moderate amounts of potassium. So for most, they are a superb protective choice. However, if you have a specific history of oxalate stones, knowing this allows you to enjoy them wisely, not fearfully, and in moderation. Stick to 2 to 3 small mandarins daily maximum. Choose fresh over juice to avoid concentrated sugars and potassium. Peel and segment ahead of time for easy snacking, then store in glass containers for up to 3 days. The white pith contains extra citrate, so don't remove it completely. 1. Pineapple. And now we crown our number 1 hero for seniors managing creatinine levels. It's a fruit celebrated for its tropical sweetness and its undisputed safety: the pineapple. Its low potassium content makes it a foundational safe choice, but safety is just the beginning. What elevates pineapple to champion status is its unique power to actively fortify your body's internal defenses. Here's how it strengthens those defenses. Your body is in a constant battle with harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. Think of them as inflammatory bullets. To protect itself, your body deploys molecular shields called sRAGE, which is a soluble receptor for advanced glycation end products. The scientific focus is on a unique enzyme in pineapple, bromelain. The exciting possibility is that it acts as a reinforcement, helping your body to build up this vital shield. And this possibility now has the first glimmer of scientific proof. In a small but promising pilot study involving 10 patients with stage 3 to 4 chronic kidney disease, or CKD for short, just 3 days of bromelain supplementation, about 1,500 milligrams daily, led to a significant 18.6% increase in protective sRAGE levels. While this was a brief study with a small sample size, it represents the first direct evidence that bromelain may help strengthen the body's natural defense systems against kidney damage. So, how do seniors best recruit this ally for creatinine support? The key is to choose fresh pineapple. This ensures you get bromelain in its most natural form. But a crucial word of caution: canned and dried versions carry a much higher risk of oxalates. Cut fresh pineapple into portion-sized pieces and freeze in single-serving bags. The core contains the highest bromelain concentration, so blend it into smoothies rather than discarding. Choose golden varieties for peak enzyme content. Conclusion. So, our journey through the world of fruit comes to an end. We've unmasked the imposters and crowned the true champions. But the real gift today isn't just a list of what to eat and avoid for creatinine management. A food's reputation means nothing compared to its specific impact on you. True healing comes from understanding how a food works within your body, which is particularly important for seniors dealing with age-related kidney changes. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Thinking back, which fruit on our culprit list was your biggest aha moment? Which one did you previously trust that has now been revealed in a new light? Share that moment of discovery in the comments below. We read and value every single one. We want to thank you for being here, for listening, for having the courage to embark on this journey of discovering what truly benefits your health. A journey that isn't easy but is worth more than anything else. Hit the bell icon and turn on all notifications so you never miss a life-saving video. The sooner you spot kidney issues, the more you can do to keep things under control. If you're unsure about your kidney health and haven't been in a good shape recently, check out the video on the screen. Here, we cover all the possible symptoms, helping you spot kidney failure and take action effectively if needed. See you there. Stay informed, stay healthy.